what I was taught and what I learned. I tell you, when I went into armed forces, they had somebody that was supposed to train us. Something like one of your disciplinary relatives. But this was much worse. You see, they had 24-hour, 365 days a year for 4 years, total control over me. And they told me that they were my mama, my daddy, my God. And that the only thing that I needed to do was to obey them. And see, this correlated and aligned with what I saw from my grandmother, you understand, who was a strict disciplinarian, telling me every Sunday, get that suit on, and she wore all white. And we go to this church, and they tell us all about this book. But what I found out is people can only give you what they have. They can't give you anything that they don't have. And if they don't have the knowledge or the education, then they can't give it to you. And we'll pass on erroneous things to our people. I stand in awe of the all-time champion of false promises and exaggerated claims, religion. No contest. You see, I don't hate religion. You believe what you want to believe, but I have a right to believe what I believe. There's no contest when it comes to religion. Religion easily has the greatest story ever told. Think about it. Religion has actually convinced people that there's an invisible man in the sky, watching what you do every day. And this invisible man has a special list of 10 things he does not want you to do, even though my African religion or spirituality has 47 or more. If you don't do any of these 10 things, he has a special place for you, full of fire, smoke, torture, anguish, and he'll send you there so for you to suffer. But yet, he loves you. He loves you and he needs money. He always needs money. He's all powerful, all perfect, all knowing, all wise, and yet somehow, after making all of this universe and everything else, he needs your money. I found that perplexing. You see, it's almost like, what, God can't handle money? I thought he was the one that gave us everything so that we could have a full life. But you see, which God are you talking about? Because the God that I was taught about didn't look like nothing that the Bible said he looked like. He looked like the same man who raped my grandmothers, who killed my grandfathers, who steal from me every day and tell me that he's not doing it. Like my friends say, throw a rock and hide your hand. But I want you to know something. This is sincere. When it comes to believing in God, I really, really tried. I tried to believe there was a God who created each of us in his own image and likeness, who loves us very much and keeps a close eye on things. Now, if that is true, he would look more like me. But I see war, disease, death, destruction, hunger, filth, poverty, and torture, crimes, and corruption. And yet, even today, no matter if I am the most qualified person in the department, I will not get that job if I don't look just like what they need me to look like. It's not about intelligence and not about degrees or anything sometimes. It's about being or looking like you're European. And between just you and me, and in any decently run universe, this guy would have been out on his all-powerful behind long ago. And by the way, I say this guy because I firmly believe, looking at these results, if there is a God, it has to be a man. No woman could or would ever screw things up like this. So there is a God. Most reasonably, people might agree he is incompetent. But maybe, just maybe, he doesn't give a damn, which honestly I admire in a person that would explain a lot of things that have happened in this world. But let me tell you something. I have a belief in something greater than me. But there's no way in the world you're going to make me believe that the people that come from us, our children, will take and steal our information, turn it around, tell us if we copy it, we plagiarize, and this is our own information, and give us the same thing that they stole from us, only what they did was they made it in the likeness of them. And when I say them, I'm talking about Europeans. Because I can't see if there were nothing but Africans on this earth, you know, a certain time ago, then how in the world you only got to be Europeans from black DNA. So how are you going to become our God? But you know, they did it because, see, they plagiarized. When they plagiarize, it's okay. But it's something similar like law. We commit a crime, it's a felony. They commit a crime, it's politics. Boy, but don't let me get started. So instead of me being another mindless robot, religious robot, blindly believing that all of this is in the hands of some spooky, incompetent father figure who doesn't give a damn, I decided to look for something else to worship, something I could really count on. And immediately I thought of the sun. And it happened overnight. I became a sun worshiper. Well, not overnight, because you can't see the sun at night. But for several reasons. First of all, I can see the sun, unlike some other gods I couldn't mention, I don't want to mention, that I can't see. Let me tell you, I went through a whole bunch of changes of trying to correct something that was incorrect from the beginning. Because you can't take something that was created by somebody else and create it in your likeness and it just lines up perfectly. But you see, it's just like the media right now. We take the information that's given us and we eat it. We devour it. And then we listen to it without thinking that before there was religion, there was spirituality. And that was a belief in something greater than yourself, a connection with nature, and the fact that you already understand that you were communicating with God because he made you one, a small one. You understand? But you can't understand that because you're so busy listening to the lies. But I'll tell you something. One of the things that we have inside of us is greatness. But you can't access greatness if you don't know that you have it inside of you. You've been made to believe that you were something less than human. And how in the world you're going to be less than human and create another human? How in the world can you keep going to some place that tells you about all this spooky stuff, you understand, when the real God is in you? Now, I try not to get overly zealous and agitated. But I would advise each and every one of us to go pick up a dictionary and start reading it. Find out what is and what isn't.